Step into the role of judge on a new reality show and award the $1 million prize to the contestant you feel most deserves it. There are 6 contestants hooked up to lie detectors who must answer any questions you ask them. Vote one off each round until only the winner remains. Came out August 27th, so a couple weeks ago-ish. Developed and published by FMV Interactive, and it is $12.99. Let's play. This should be a cringe fest, and I am excited. I Googled fuck the fart. Quote, you had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties ending in a long gush from your hole. It is wonderful to fuck a farting woman when every fuck drives one out of her. I think I would know Nora's farts anywhere. James Joyce loved farts. That's fucking excellent. All right. Do I just press enter? Okay, I just press enter. All right. So in this game, we have Rowena from Supernatural, and we've got Ensign Kim
to Truth,
from Voyager.
The game show where we award a $1 million prize to the contestant chosen by our audience. We have 6 challengers hooked up to lie detectors, which I'll be monitoring. In every round, we ask each of them 5 questions chosen by our audience. Then we vote one off based on their answers. Let's meet our contestants. Why don't you each tell me a little about yourself?
I'm Joe. I'm 28, and I'm from Philly. Let's go Eagles.
Go Birds, you mean? Go Birds.
My name is Alexis, and I'm born and raised in Beverly Hills.
My name is Sam. Hello. And I recently moved out here to Hollywood to get in the film industry. And I've been writing a long time before I even got to town. And I've got a lot of scripts. I'm willing to show them. Hit me up. And I'm very excited to be on the show.
And that's a telephone cord, dude, across his chest.
I'm Autumn. I'm a California native, and I grew up right here in Los Angeles.
Hi, I'm Claire. I've never been on TV before.
Oh, Rowena.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Fergus. What are you doing, Fergus?
I go by Lilith, and I'm from Van Nuys, California.
Let's see what the audience wants to ask first.
Oh, audience wants to ask first. There's no Twitch integration, although I think there should be. What would you do with the money? Oh my God. So my mouse does not work. It's arrow keys only. Okay. What would you do with the money? What's your most embarrassing memory? What's your most controversial, unpopular opinion? What's your biggest regret? Dumbest thing you ever did? Most embarrassing guilty pleasure? Worst way you betrayed a friend? Favorite holiday? Ask the trolley problem? Cheated? Wow. Oh, okay. So there are quite a few questions. Okay. Superpower, advice you give to your younger self, biggest fear, childhood dream, any job, stranded on an island. Okay, hold on. What was the object of the game? Most deserves it. Okay, so you asked the one that most deserves the money. Okay. Okay. If you found a wallet, would you return it? What up, Sleepy Pixels? Okay, let's do the bad take. There you go. Let's do the bad take Olympics. Let's ask each one of them their bad takes. Most controversial or unpopular opinion. Let's go.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
I think more people should ride motorcycles. Motorcycles are sweet, dude. Like, oh, people like their hybrid cars. They only get 50 miles per gallon. Motorcycles get that kind of mileage, and they're cool, and no traffic, and they cost like a fraction of the price of a car. $5,000 for a bike, and that's a good one, dude. Yeah, bikes are sweet.
Eat a dick,
Easy to
greaser.
find parking too, wherever.
Go
whenever.
back to fucking Danny Zuko and tell him what you did last summer. Okay. I asked for a bad take, not a fucking boring one. All right, let's see what Beverly Hills has to say.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Okay. There's this James Bond movie called The World Is Not Enough, where Denise Richards plays a physicist. Everyone was making fun of it, saying that she did a terrible job and that it was sexist of them to cast her. Here's the thing. She did fine.
No, she didn't.
If she was more plain looking, I guarantee nobody would have said anything. The people who are saying that it was sexist are the sexist ones. They don't believe that a woman can be hot and smart enough to be a
I don't know if that's the
scientist.
argument here.
And that's the most sexist thing you can do.
I don't think that was the argument. The argument is that Denise Richards is a terrible actor. And I don't think that's, I think that's objective. I don't think that's up for debate. It's like, no, we can believe a hot person can be smart. It's just, we can't believe Denise Richards could be a physicist. Okay, next. Okay, here we go. Let's ask Pie. Let's ask Pie Guy what his unpopular opinion is.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Okay. Well, my most controversial / unpopular.
Speak
opinion-
up!
A lot of people say that it's pretty bogus that Superman just puts on a pair of glasses and he becomes Clark Kent and no one knows who he is. No one can recognize him. I actually think that checks out. See, I've thought about this a lot. Now, if there's this hero and then you see someone who's kind of your normal neighbor, you wouldn't associate that. Like, your mind wouldn't go there. So, like, here's an example. Let's say you have a neighbor who looks exactly like Barack Obama, but his hair is a little different, and he wears glasses, and he's got a normal job. Let's say he works at a gas station, and you wouldn't say, my neighbor, James, who works at the gas station
Today,
glasses,
Junior.
is ex-president of the United States, Barack Obama. You'd say, oh, that guy kind of looks like Barack Obama, but it's not Barack Obama. Same thing. You wouldn't say, oh, Clark, who like is a cub reporter for the Daily Planet.
Yeah, there you go,
He
Scott. Jesus.
Can't be Superman. He's a bumbling goof. He slightly looks like Superman. Remember, Clark is like uncoordinated. Clark is like, bad at life. Superman is the best. So, like, you would not make that leap. I think it would totally work. Unpopular opinion, and I stand by it.
Good Lord. That was a fucking long way around to that. I was hoping for some like borderline like racist, homophobic, like something exciting. Like those were just, this has been boring so far. I want something to be like, I think Asian people are bad at bowling. Hey, unpopular opinion. Like maybe there are some good Asian bowlers, but by and large, I think they're bad at it. Wow. Something like that. do you think you are? I am. All right, let's see what Red has to say.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Owning pets is wrong and should be illegal. If your dog or cat isn't free
Better.
to come and go as they
Better.
please, they're not your pet, they're your prisoner.
Better. Okay. All right. I like it. Okay. I mean, I don't like it, but like, you know, I get it. That's actually kind of an unpopular opinion. All right, let's see what Rowena has to say.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Most people think you need milk to eat cereal. I completely disagree. It's so extortionate. The prices of milk nowadays. I mean, no way. I just use water and it's delicious. I love my cereal with water when I can find cereal.
What, in the trash or something? No, she's just trying to avoid saying she likes, you know, liquor in her cereal, you know, her being Scottish and all. She doesn't want to appear like a stereotype, even though she probably is one. All right, let's see what Lilith has to say.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Nice, scary.
I believe that we should bring back public execution.
Yes!
We're already executing people in 27
I mean, not
states.
yes for her sentiment, but yes, at
Why
least
not
it's
sell
something.
tickets? I know some people really hate the death penalty, but they should love this idea. Executing these prisoners in private only helps the masses not to think about it. Making it public will bring attention to it,
Now,
and it gives the rest of us something to do.
as I'm not a believer, like I vote against the death penalty in all cases. However, if we are going to have the death penalty, I think it should be public as well. Because if you're going to eat the chicken, you better be prepared to see how the chicken is killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've watched, like, you know, like videos of like people killing, you know, cows and chickens and all this kind of shit because I eat meat. So I think if you do that, you should be able to watch how it's made, you know? Sleepy Pixels, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Hail Berserker. If as a society we are still going to execute people, you should be made to watch that shit. Because I would bet that a few people would change their mind on the death penalty if they had to watch it. You know? It's like, oh, killing people is awful. Like, yeah, right? But, you know, you're more than happy to vote for the death penalty and not have to see how it's carried out. All right, let's see. What should be the next question? Let's go with... Ooh, most serious law you've ever broken. Let's see what law you've broken, you boring
What is
fuck.
the most serious law you've ever broken?
Oh,
I
okay.
used to shoplift as a kid.
Okay.
I also used to do a ton of underage drinking. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know which one's worse, but
Regicide.
whichever one's worse, I guess, would be my answer.
What? What sort of royalty did you kill? Shoplifting. Oh, and bestiality. Wait, what? I'm sorry? Shoplifting. No, the other one. Oh, bestiality? That's barely a crime though, right?
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
I used to have steaks flown in from this place that I love in France. I stopped when I found out it was illegal to import meats. I don't know how serious of a crime that is, but I'm glad I never found out the hard way.
Did the subtitles spell it steaks? S-T-A-K-E-S? Did they spell it wrong? They did? Great. So the lie detector thing doesn't seem like it's come into play yet. I'm wondering if it's just, you know, that they're telling the truth, or if the lie detector will like go off if they lie, because it hasn't even, nothing's happened with that yet. I'm guessing you just know that they're saying they're not lying. They're saying the truth. The symbol in the top right is how many questions you've asked each person. So I've asked this guy 2 questions, 1 question. So you can ask each of them 5.
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
Laws of physics. Come on, say it. The laws of physics.
The most serious law I've ever broken is sneaking into a movie. So, in 2015, Star Wars The Force Awakens was coming out.
Oh my God!
An advanced sneak preview screening beforehand. And it was invite only. So I figured out a way around that since I wasn't invited, but I did want to see it. I'm not going to tell you what theater it was or what theater chain because I do not want to get a phone call from their attorneys.
I love how many people are like, this guy deserves a public execution. Let's fucking kill this guy in front of people.
Movie at that theater, and then I stayed in the theater all night long. I hid in the bathroom, slept there, and then the next day, I was in the theater for the screening. And there were a couple of seats open. It wasn't completely full. So I got into the sneak preview. I saw The Force Awakens early. I'm not proud of it. It's probably a big felony, but I would do it again.
Wait. A big felony? As opposed to a little tiny felony. Okay. All right, I'll ask them all this question, then I'll switch it up. Then I'll just ask each of them a different question.
What is the most serious law you have ever broken?
I smoked a lot of weed in states where it wasn't legal yet. I guess I've technically sold it too, which would be a more serious crime. I was never a drug dealer, but if I bought a bunch and then some of my friends bought off of me, I guess that's technically selling drugs, even if I'm not charging them a markup. In terms of legal penalties, that would be the most serious. The penalties for drug-related charges are ridiculous in this country.
A little bit more interesting, I suppose. I just now realized they have their own theme songs. I'm a fucking nerd, doop, 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 doop. I'm a country girl. Or I'm a hippie who's all about animal rights and shit. And I'm homeless and alone. And I'm sneaking around in a cartoon, I guess. All right, let's see.
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
international piracy law.
Most serious crime I've committed is subscribing to this shit show for
When I was
100
lost at
months.
sea one time, I thought all was lost. But a pirate ship came by and actually rescued me. Now, you've heard bad things about pirates, and so had I, but they could not have been nicer. They gave me a job to do on ships so that I could earn my keep when I was there, and everything was going great until they got superstitious. They are superstitious, so they thought for some reason it might be bad luck that I was on board with them. So they were just about to drop me off when we got raided by a Russian Navy ship.
Damn it!
who
I thought she was gonna say I straight up
all
murdered
in a
them all.
Russian jail for 5 years for piracy.
Now that's interesting. She spent 5 years in a Russian jail for piracy. That's fun. Doobie, baby. Doobie, that is the third 100-monther this to date. To date, we've had 3 100-month resubs. Do you have a game right now, Doobie, or do you need some time to think about it? Doobie. Doobie. There you are. Need time to think? No problem. Just whisper me or send an email to Zeke3TV whenever you are ready. No rush and no pressure. All right. Thank you for the 100 months, though. Much appreciated. All right. Most serious law you've ever broken there, Lilith. I'm waiting for something like, not like heavy, like murder or, you know, manslaughter, but I want something like weird, like you know those like ridiculous laws that you can get like a book of ridiculous laws that are still on the books in some cities, like it's illegal to throw a pickle at a nun on Tuesday or something like that. I want to hear something like that or something surprising. Pseudonoms, thank you for the 3 gifted subs to Nim7777, Impact 200, and Ashriel.
Hail Berserkers!
Oh, grave robbing. Ooh. That would be a good one. I wouldn't be surprised, but grave robbing would be interesting at least. All right, let's see.
What's the most serious law you have ever broken?
See, the problem with that question is that you need to be caught, tried and convicted for you to be breaking the law. Now, say I shoot someone. Was it self-defense? Was it manslaughter?
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Murder? Until it gets in front of a jury, we just don't know. And I'm not dumb enough to get caught and have to be put in front of a jury.
Bitch didn't answer the question. You did not answer the question. All right, Vincent popping in with 20 more gifted subs. You're gonna run away with this one, Vincent, I think, if we hit the goal. 20 gifted subs going out to Zin Carla, Steven NYC, Worth, Smokin' Tolkien, the Duke of Soup, Morse Kodak, Bingo Guy, Revenant Forge, Dark Force 66, Amicus DK, Varaya, Koala Kims, Had Khan, Non-Negotiable, Bougie Totoro, He Who Fights Monsters, Edge Guy 1, M9Z, Wiggle Every Time Boop, and Dex Zine.
Hail Berserkers!
Thank you very much, Vincent, and also thank you, Joseph Morano, for 29 months. Oh, I should be answering these questions too? You know what? I will. Okay, so what was the first question? The first question was... most controversial opinion? I mean, most. I mean, I probably don't have that many controversial opinions. Like, I'm sure, like, a lot of people... A lot of my opinions are based on what I think is common sense. whenever I see the Twitter meme or Instagram meme of like that Disney picture with the guy with the swords like all around him and stuff, like what's an opinion that would get this reaction or whatever? Like, I really don't have that many. I don't think. Have I, like, do you guys remember any that I've said? I mean, in the nerd world, I think it should be pronounced GIF and not GIF. But that's like hardly like controversial. That's just kind of like nitpicky. Yeah, Geralt. I hate Geralt of Rivia and most of his iterations. The game and the series. Well, and as far as the GIF thing, I've heard all the arguments, and all the arguments swing my way, but no one cares. It's GIF, not GIF, you heathen. Or other way around. All right. All right, Clarity. You're getting too hot. You're getting too hot. Boondock Saints is a shitty movie. I've tried watching it a few times, but like, it's a cult classic. So like, not that many people like care about it. You know, the people who do care about it deeply, but there's not that many of them. I'm trying to think of a more broadly, like, broad strokes, like controversial opinion that I have, or unpopular take or whatever. Fuck, man. I mean, if we were just talking about the death penalty, I think the death penalty should be outlawed everywhere, but I don't know if that's super unpopular. Fuck. You know what? Let me think about it. I don't know. It's tough for me to come up with like a really unpopular one because I'm not like hard-nosed on anything anymore. Like, I haven't been a hard-nosed person, like, as far as my opinions change over time, and I'm willing to admit that, you know, I'm wrong way more than I used to in my 20s. And what was the last question? Oh, the most serious law that I've ever broken? God damn, not a lot that are like super bad, like nothing assault wise. No real felonies. I've shoplifted, I've stolen. I guess I've driven drunk. I think that might be the worst. I've definitely driven drunk. Yeah, that's a terrible thing to do. I don't do it anymore, and I haven't done it for like 15 years. But like, I've driven drunk before. That's pretty bad. And I've driven drunk a lot. Like when I was in my 20s and early 30s, I drove drunk a lot, and I regret it, and I'm sorry, and I hate it. I hate that I did it, but I did it. All right. So now we're going to ask them each different questions. Let's see.
Glad you had an amazing time burning this year again and with your lady.
I did, man. It was so great, Gresh. Thank you. Thank you for saying. It was a fucking wonderful time. Oh, here we go. What's the worst way you've ever betrayed a friend? I will answer this question. The worst way I've ever betrayed a friend. I don't know if it's necessarily a betrayal since it never went through, but I definitely was like, hey, would it upset you if I knocked boots with your recent ex? Not because it never happened, but it was definitely like, yeah, it was bad. It's like, you're not together anymore. And she seems hot to trot, so can I bone her?
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Oh man, dude. For years, my friend John used to sell my friend Keith weed, but it wasn't weed, it was kale. Like, he would sell him kale instead of weed. And yeah, Keith didn't know. Like, for years, I was watching Keith like pack bongs with kale, and that wasn't working. So then he would like make kale brownies, and he had no idea. And yeah, I should have told him, but it was just too funny.
The lie detector nukinate, I think the lie detector is so you, like, at playing the game, you know they're not lying. I think that's the idea. So you're never suspicious of them, like, not saying the truth, I guess. You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties ending in a long gush from your hole.
This is a test donation for $8.
Did not expect that, because that Scott didn't even set that one up. I did that to myself. Did that one to myself. Should have known. I should have known. All right, let's see. Oh, let's ask if she's ever Beverly Hills. You ever cheated on someone? Yeti Elder has gifted a sub to I Bone Dirty Nuns.
Hail Berserker!
Oh, how close are we? 258. 258 sub points left to go, but we can still get there.
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
No, I would never do that.
Oh.
And I've proven it. I was asked out by Ryan Gosling, and I said no. I was dating a guy at the time.
Lie?
We weren't serious, but I don't cheat.
I'll answer the question. Have I ever cheated on a significant other? No. But did I get close? And would I have? Yes, one time. One time, I was super close. I was working at a bar. I knew the girlfriend that this was 20 when I was 24, so many years ago. I was working at a bar. I knew that me and my current girlfriend were not gonna like last much longer. And this girl was like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And then she changed her mind. But had she not changed her mind, 100% would have cheated. But that's the only time I've ever gotten close to that. I've been on the cheat. I've been a cheater's helper a couple of times, but I myself have never actually cheated. J Lang gifting a sub to I pooed in Scott's petrol tank.
Hail Berserker!
Do you consider emotional attachment to be cheating? Like people who have work, wife, or husbands? Katie and I have talked about this. This is part of the reason why I'm with Katie. Because we have talked about like being monogamous or, you know, that kind of thing. And if the situation arose where either one of us like wanted to have sex with someone, we'd discuss it and we'd be open to the idea that, hey, this lady really wants to have sex with me. I just wanted to pass that by you first. Same. However, I've always considered cheating to be matter of the heart. And if Katie were to fall in love with someone and not tell me about it, that would be cheating to me. You know what I'm saying? That would hurt. If she fucked somebody else, I wouldn't care. That wouldn't bother me very much at all because, you know, she's fucked a ton of people before. Not a ton. She's fucked people before she met me. And I don't expect her to, you know, just limit herself to one dick for the rest of her life or one pussy or whatever. So we've discussed that. Cheating to me is a heart thing and not a genitals thing. No, I mean, if you want to say we have like, it's an open sexual relationship, but I only love her. Like if I start loving someone else, then it's time or she does, then it's time we broke up. Because I only want to love one person, but I don't want to, you know, disregard all the other fucking I could be doing. And I don't want to limit hers either, you know? And the reason why I said pussy is because she swings both ways. She likes dick and vagina. So. All right, let's see what nerd guy. What's a question we should ask nerd guy? Yeti Elder gifting a sub to consensual butt stuff. I like that sub name.
Hail Berserker.
Talking about your bubble butt that you can bounce a quarter off of. Oh my God. The passion in her voice moved me. A yes or no question? Are there yes or no questions in here? Oh my God. You know what? Let's open the door for nerd guy to go off. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose? Let's go.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Any superpower?
He's going to be stumped.
You know?
Oh.
I'd have to go with Mr. Mixelplix's magic. Now, it might be a deep cut for some people.
It is,
He's
but
great.
I know
He's
that.
An imp from the fifth dimension.
Mr. Mixelplix, wow. They
and he's
spelled
part
it
of the
way
Rogues
wrong
Gallery
in the
of
subtitles, but
Superman.
I know who it
And
is.
if you can mess with Superman, you've got some powers. And I just like that he's a wily and weird. But his one weakness is he can wind up in prison in the fifth dimension if he says his own name backwards. But come to think of it, I've never said my own name backwards. So, yeah, should be fine. Yeah, let's definitely go with Mixelplix.
Iraka's ready, Irk. Mine's easy. So, raise your hand if you've never, like, said your name backwards. I think everybody has. Or spelled it backwards and then just to see what it was like. Because I think most people have said their name backwards. But my name backwards would be Iraka's ready, Irk. My dad is Edenar ready, Irk. But one of my favorite one that my dad told me about, he's like, we did that all the time. We would call each other by our backwards names. And he told me about he grew up he went to school with a girl and her name was Barbara Bateson, and her name backwards, a rab nose tab. And I was like, I remembered that forever. I was like, that is fucking hilarious. Marissa backwards is ass I ram. Oh God. Oh, that's right. I remember. There's a girl I know, and her name is Lanai, and her name backwards is I anal. I remember that one. Like, oh, that's rough. That's rough. That was close. I almost got myself in prison in the 5th dimension. Sneaky seek, real sneaky. Yeah, right. All right, let's see. What should we ask Hippie Girl? You know what? I want to know what she does for a living.
What do you do for a living?
Protest.
I escaped the rat race a few years ago. I cut all my expenses drastically, so now I only need a few $100 a month to survive. I deliver food through those gig apps, but only 2 or 3 orders per day, just enough to get by. I find if I make more money than I need,
I forgot.
I just
I didn't answer.
End up buying stuff that clutters my life and makes me less happy.
That bitch is a burner, that's for sure. What would I want for my superpower? I've been asked this many times. It's an easy answer for me. I would have the power of Jean Grey. The power to telekinesis, but on a molecular level, which means like Dr. Manhattan, kind of like godlike power. You know, if you can manipulate like, you know, molecules and shit, like you can make whatever. Like, yeah. That's what I would want. But like, it's an easy answer because if I could telekinesis, like manipulate things at the molecular level,
teleportation,
I could make myself
superpower.
invisible just
you
by,
don't have
you
to
know.
Commute. You can live anywhere and work elsewhere.
Teleportation best superpower. You don't have to commute. You can live anywhere and work elsewhere. Yeah, or I could just, you know, fly there at the speed of light with my telekinesis power. You know, whatever. Isn't Scarlet Witch's power just a better version? Scarlet, no, it's not the same thing. How about the power to move you? Oh, what do you do for a living? That one, I mean, I don't have to answer that one. I talk to fools who are very foolish with their money. And that's how I make a living. Hurtful but fair. Okay, let's see. What should we ask Rowena? You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties ending in a long gush from your hole.
You don't know me. Z cute.
Lee had a great description for my job. I am a disposable income to entertainment converter. I like that. I like that a lot. Sprybuer, thank you for the 82 months, and Crimson Cage with 1,000 bits. Appreciate that too. Imagine giving Zeke money. I know, right? All right, let's see what she says about the trolley problem.
You're the conductor. On a runaway trolley, there are 5 people on the tracks ahead of you who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5 of them. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track which only has 1 person on it. If you decide to change tracks, all 5 people on the first track will live, but the person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
Before answering that, what you have to understand is that being run over by a trolley doesn't have to be fatal. I've survived it at least twice now. And after an extended hospital stay, I was completely fine. You just have to avoid being crushed by the wheels when you're underneath.
You gotta roll with it.
In answer to your question, your morality question, of course you switch to where the one person is because
you have to roll
there's just
into
not
it.
room under there for a crowd.
That's a good one. Okay, let's see. What, my answer to the trolley problem? Like, I mean, I would switch tracks and kill one person. Like, if I was the one person, because I would put myself in their shoes. If I was the one person on the track and the other 5 people would be saved if I died, like, I wouldn't like it, but I'd understand. And I'd be like, I get that you're saving 5 people. Fuck you, but I get it. Because I'd make the same choice. Be like, well, 5 people dead or 1 person dead. Well, or I would, like, change the tracks at the very last, like, in between the wheels of the trolley. So there's the front wheels and the back wheels of the trolley. I would change the track in the middle when the track change was like right between the wheels and derail my trolley car. I'd have a better chance of living than either of those groups would. They didn't say the trolley had anybody in the trolley. They never said the trolley was full of people. That's not part of the trolley problem. Okay, let's see. Let's ask her what's your most unusual talent, goth lady?
What is your most unusual talent?
I'm an expert at falconry. I have a small collection of extremely well-trained birds of prey. I find owls to be particularly useful.
Cool. Wait, owls are useful? Do you eat mice? Okay, we got 2 questions left for everybody. Let's see. God, this guy is so boring. I don't even know, like. Wallet? Okay, let's ask him the wallet question then. Did I pass it? There you go. If you found a wallet, would you return it?
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
Oh, talent. Sorry. Forgot my talent.
I mean, if there was cash in the wallet, I'd keep that. You know, finders keepers. But yeah, I'd return the wallet. I've actually heard if you put a rubber band around the wallet and drop it in the mailbox, the post office will return it.
As long as there's an ID.
I don't know if that's true. But,
that is true.
But yeah, that's what I'd do.
If there is a driver's license or valid ID in the wallet, you can drop it in any mailbox and they will return it to the person. You know, say, like, as long as there's an address on it, you know. That is absolutely true. You can do that with IDs. You don't have, like, wallet or no. If you have an ID that you find, you can put it in the mailbox and it'll find its way back to the person. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in the United States, at least. I worked at the post office. So, Oh, unusual talent? Was that the one that I skipped? Okay. Unusual talent. If I can flip my eyelids inside out. It's because it's unusual. I don't know. And oh, if I found a wallet, what would I do with it? Exactly the same. I would do exactly the same because I have done that. I found when I was 20 years old and we were getting into bars illegally, outside of the bar that we would get into that they would serve us, me and a buddy found a wallet and it had $1,200 fucking dollars in it. So we split the money and put the wallet in a mailbox. I'm not kidding. It was uncanny how like almost exactly that situation happened to me. But yeah, it was a surprising amount of money. Like I was like, holy fuck. And $1,200 at 20 years old was like 4 months rent for me. Nefuno, thank you for 54 months. Appreciate it. And if I remember correctly, when we looked at the ID in the wallet, dude was like over 50 years old. So like, if he's carrying $1,200 in his wallet and he's over 50, I'm guessing he's all right. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. All right, let's see. And it was a nice wallet. It was a nice, leather. It was one of those it wasn't a wallet. It wasn't like the like 3x4 wallet. It was like a checkbook size wallet. Like one you would put into like inside of a suit jacket or something. So it was like all those things considered made me feel a little bit better about it. It's still wrong, of course, but like I didn't feel too bad about it. And dude had like, I think at least two, if not three credit cards. So, And we didn't touch the credit cards. Okay, let's see. If you could have any job, what would it be, Beverly Hills?
If you could have any job, what would it be?
I want to design handbags and accessories. I've considered designing clothes, but I think accessories is my real passion.
Wow, I feel like I wasted that. All right. Oh my God. You know what? What is your proudest accomplishment, nerd boy? What was it? Was it a dream job? What was? Oh, if you could have any job, what would it be? I mean, this isn't far. Like what I'm doing now isn't far, but like, like actor, like a regular, like a working actor, like movies, television, doesn't matter. I would be an actor. Proudest accomplishment. Here we go.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
My proudest accomplishment was getting a perfect score on my SATs in the 8th grade. So I got a 1600. It did take me 3 tries.
But in the 8th grade?
Almost. Had it on the second try,
Wow.
but took it again. And I guess you could say third time's the charm.
Because you don't take your SATs till you're a junior or a senior in high school, right? So like, that's actually pretty impressive. What is my proudest accomplishment? I mean, if you don't want to get all like if you don't want me to get all sappy about it, like as far as like what's her name, my proudest accomplishment would be buying a house. Like I purchased a home. Like I own the home I live in. I never thought that would happen. I'm very proud that I was able to do that. Paid off. Yes, paid off the house. Yeah. Fucking lucky fucker. You say that, Markamoto, but about 40% of the money that I used to pay off the house was because my dad died. So, lucky! Thanks, Dad. All right, let's see. Next. What do we want for her? Ooh, what's your biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear?
Global warming and pollution.
Boo!
Humans are killing this planet.
Boo!
Nature doesn't fight back, so humans are the only ones who can save the planet, but we're the ones it needs saving from. So the Earth is pretty much doomed.
My biggest fear? My biggest fear is a common one. Dying alone. That's my biggest fear. Dying alone with no one around to, like, you know, help me into the afterlife or whatever it is. Help me into death. Like, that is my biggest fear, for sure. Oh, yeah, let me look at the next game. Let's see, is it one? Oh, clear favorite, mystery. Oh, nice. Wow, I didn't think mystery box would even get in. All right, so we will do that. Mystery box evolution. We'll take that out. We'll reset the poll. Excellent. Okay, we'll get the game purchased and starting it downloaded. I don't think it's going to take too long, but we're not done with this game yet, but just want to get a head start on the next download. What we've decided to do way too late. We should have been doing this the whole fucking time, but meaning since the inception of Indie Sunday, Saturday, whatever. Okay. Let's see. What should we ask Rowena? Let's ask the sad sack what her happiest memory was.
What's your happiest memory?
Well, that's a no-brainer. My happiest memory is the day my beautiful daughter Mallory was born. I had her in the hospital and everything. I mean, I was already in the hospital because I'd been bitten by a raccoon. And I suppose it would have been easier if I'd had a doctor present, but I got stuck in an elevator on the way to the maternity floor. There I was, with the raccoon I brought with me to get tested for the rabies. It got loose and I had to fend that off for a while. Even so, out Mallory came and life was perfect.
Happiest memory? Since I don't have kids, I've never been married, and I don't want to, once again, throw what's-her-face in, because there'd probably be 3 or 4 of them with her involved. Happiest memory solo probably would be when I was able to quit my job and do Twitch, man. That was a fucking awesome day. When I was like, I quit my day job and I'm doing this shit for a living. Fuck yeah. Aaron the Alicorn, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Hail, Berserker!
Yeah, and I owe it all to you guys. I really did. Like, the only reason I have a living is because of you guys. Okay, next. What do we want to ask Goth Chick? Oh, what would you do with the money? Maybe biggest regret? Dumbest thing you ever did? Guilty pleasure. All right, guilty pleasure. Let's do it.
What's your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
I like to turn off movies at the sad part, right before the end, and say that's the ending. It works for every movie. For example, in action movies, where it looks like the hero is lost. In romantic comedies, where the couple breaks up and it looks like they'll never see each other again. You get a much more satisfying ending that way. You should try it.
There's a few movies that I would like to see that happen to. The first one that comes to mind, of course, is Devil's Advocate. Ended at the bad part, because that would make the movie 100 times better. Yeti Elder, thank you for gifting a sub to I Quit My Day Job.
Hail, Berserker!
No Country for Old Men might be good too. Yeah. That's a good choice. Guilty pleasure. Was that what I asked? Most embarrassing guilty pleasure. Well, that's the thing. Like, I talk to you guys all day, every day for a living, and I've gone through all of the shit. Like, I am not. Guilty pleasure means to me, like, I feel guilty about it, you know? I feel like I don't want people to know. But, like, I've told you guys fucking everything. Like, my life's pretty much an open book. Trying to think, like, what would be a guilty pleasure for me? Well, I mean, smoking cigarettes, but like, I don't feel guilty about that. That's my own choice. Watching endless amounts of GDQ? No, I'm not guilty. I don't feel guilty about that. Okay, I got it. I got a good one. Ready? One of, like, my guilty pleasure that I do feel guilty about is imagining imagining the downfall of successful people. I do feel guilty about that because you shouldn't wish anybody ill if they're not terrible people, right? But I do sometimes like fantasize about like, and of course everybody's gonna say Co, but you'd be wrong. I don't actually fantasize about Co's downfall. And I knew, that's why I laughed, because I knew you guys would immediately go there. I'm not talking about Co, but I'm talking about, like, you know, just people who are rich, wealthy, big names, celebrities, blah, blah, blah. I like imagining them, like, losing everything. So I guess that's a guilty pleasure. All right. So we got one more question each for these guys. What's the dumbest thing you ever did?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Yeah, so I was the toughest kid in my high school, right?
Well, of course
Everybody
you
knew
were.
that about me. There was this guy, though. He was 6'8".
Everybody knows
freakishly
gingers
tall,
are tough.
Big guy. Everyone was like, oh, he's tough. Like, oh, he could take you. I hated that. What, you're tall, so that gives you grit? Bullshit. So, plus the guy, he was in honors classes. He must have been a nerd. No way he could take me. One day, it got to me. I called him out in the hallway. I egged him on. He didn't want to fight. I said, let's go. Not only did he beat my ass, but he beat it so badly. It was just, I was bruising for days, man. Best part is, though, we became best friends, and yeah, the rest is history. I don't know, I picked a fight with a giant, got my ass beat. That was stupid. Yeah, that was stupid.
I was gonna ask a question. It's too many to name. I can't even think of like one specific example of the dumbest thing I've ever done. It probably involves like something with law enforcement. It probably involves like lying to a cop about something that's obviously not true. And yeah, drunk driving is pretty dumb. Yes. Sure. There you go. Dumbest thing I've ever done, drunk driving. Which, again, I have not done for at least, probably longer than 15 years, but like, yeah. All right, let's see. Whoa, what's your most unusual talent?
What is your most unusual talent?
I'm a really good cook. If I had to live in the old days where people had to cook their own meals, I get by just fine.
Does she not know the meaning of unusual? Jesus Christ. All right. Have you ever cheated on anyone? Oh, man. I gotta see. Oh, ask childhood? Okay. Well, childhood what? What was your childhood like? Oh, what were you like as a child? There we go.
What were you like as a child?
As a child, I was always watching cartoons.
No fucking way!
School, Saturday morning, whenever I could, and playing video games.
Oh my God!
Lots and lots of video games. And I gotta say that a lot of my friends today are people who I've met playing online video games. So I guess I haven't changed too much.
All right. What was my childhood like? Or what was I like as a child? Boring. I was above average in like sports. I was above average in like class. Like I had like a B average through most of my schooling. I did a few honors classes. I took Latin for 3 years. Like, I played a lot of video games. I got into a little bit of trouble, but not too much. Like, honestly, my childhood was pretty fucking boring. Like, there's no, like, excitingness. Like, my parents got divorced, but it didn't fuck me up or anything. There was never any abuse or anything like that. It was fucking boring. What sports did I play? All of them that I could. I played baseball, basketball, football. Basketball probably fell off the first. But I played baseball and football. Then baseball fell off, and then I played football up until high school, and then I wanted to do theater, so I stopped playing football and started doing theater. My dad didn't really care for that choice, but I was like, this is what I want to do, and he was like, well, all right. Hash, do you think cheated? Ooh, biggest regret. Let's try that one.
What is your biggest regret?
Working normal jobs and living a normal
God.
life as long as I did. I was always miserable when I was working. Even when I was off the clock, I was miserable. So I got out of the rat race a few years ago, and I've never been happier.
Beautiful. My biggest regret, I don't know, man. I try not to spend a lot of time dwelling on that shit, but does existing count as a regret? Good Lord. Oh, Markamoto, that's a good one. Yeah, my biggest regret is not having the attitude I currently have about alcohol sooner. I think that would be a good one for me. Like, my current attitude, my current relationship with alcohol is great. I drink when I'm out, like when it's an event. I don't drink every night or 3 or 4 nights a week anymore like I used to. But yeah, that would be a big one. Pebblin, thank you for 20 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Okay, let's see. What? Oh my God. Ooh. Might be starting smoking. Like having that first fucking cigarette. Ooh. Man. Like, if I'm being 100% honest, which I will, I'll be 100% honest. Cigarettes have been, like, socially have been good for me. Obviously, the health problems are fucking terrible, but like, smoking is a very social thing, and I've met a lot of people and, you know, had a lot of very cool conversations just from smoking. But is it worth what I risk? No. What would you do with the money, poor lady?
What would you do with the money?
I would hire a private investigator to help me find my daughter Mallory.
What
We got
happened to her?
separated on a fishing trip.
What
quite
the
a few years
fuck?
ago now, and I spent all my time and my resources finding her, going from city to city, but she's always moved on. So yeah, a private investigator could be life-changing for me.
I think she's probably trying to tell you something, lady. Why do you know her? She's Rowena from Supernatural, Ty. She's Fergus's mother. Crowley's mother. Fuck. What would I do with the money? Boring. That's why I'm not in this game, I guess. Or maybe I should be in this game, because my answer to that would also be boring. I would invest it. I would invest it. I would put it in, into blue chips, 401k, like, lame. Citro gifting a sub to Linguist. Thank you very much, Citro, and welcome back to Linguist. All right. Most unusual pet peeve.
What's your most unusual pet peeve?
I hate it when people whistle. Or sing. Or hum.
Or laugh.
Or smile.
I knew it. God damn it.
Or breathe.
There you go.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by Rebecca Cartwright. Have you been injured in an automobile accident or hurt on the job? Has your case already been settled and you've been awarded a large sum of money? Call Rebecca Cartwright, 555-1258. Rebecca is 25, single, and looking for a long-lasting relationship. Must love dogs. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
Okay. This is where you shouldn't wish anybody ill if they're not terrible people, right? But I do sometimes fantasize about Ko's downfall.
This is a test donation for $83.
That one made me lightheaded. Oh my God. Wow, the cuts. They come quick these days. Holy shit. Oh my God. Nice one. All right. Whew. Watered my eye on that one. Good job, bud. That was surprising. All right. Who's going home? You shouldn't wish anybody ill if they're not terrible people, right? But I do sometimes fantasize about Ko's downfall. Oh no, seriously? I can only have 5 answers. Fuck you. This sucks. I only have 5 answers. That's so dumb. I hate you, Twitch polls. God damn it. I wonder if this would work. Oh no, I deleted it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so let's, you know what? We're gonna just get rid of Joe. He's so fucking boring. I hate him. Let's get rid of him.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Joe.
That's fine. My ex and her loser boyfriend would probably get the money anyways because our legal system sucks. So, whatever.
Wow,
Okay,
even your
let's
exit
get
was
started
boring.
With round 2. Audience, choose your first question.
All right. I didn't realize, I forgot there was going to be more rounds, so I'm going to go through these quick. Let's see. Who would you want to be stranded on an island with?
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who would it be?
I don't have the skills to survive on an island, so it would probably have to be some guy who can take care of me.
Bear Grylls?
Off the
Lee
top
Stroud?
of my head, I can't think of anyone, but I'm sure if I posted on Instagram, I would have some very qualified volunteers.
Okay. Next. Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
No. And I don't think I ever would. Not even if I had the chance. Although I did cheat on a math test once in junior high. And I couldn't live with myself afterwards, so
my God.
I wouldn't even cheat on a test again.
Okay. Trolley problem for you.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are 5 people ahead of you on the tracks who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5 of them. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only one person on it. If you decide to change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the 1 person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
I change tracks and hit the 1 person. The only argument I can see for staying on the current track is that I might feel guilty if I actively made a decision that killed 1 person. But 1 person dying and me feeling guilty about it certainly isn't as bad as 5 people dying.
What's your most unusual talent? Sad Rowena.
What is your most unusual talent?
I can always find a vein when I inject
My
heroin.
most unusual talent. Because, I mean, I've got quite a few talents, but... it's funny because some people think that it's unusual that I can digest grass. Now, I couldn't always digest grass. Humans are not known for their ability to digest grass, but if you really persevere after the first, 40 to 50 upset stomachs, your body does change and it can do it and adapt. And, I mean, I don't recommend if you've got any kind of, IBS or anything, but other than that, totally works for me, saves me a fortune.
Yes, say Luna, I would change track and kill 1 person. What was my talent? I turned my eyelids inside out and I showed everybody, and a lot of people didn't like it. So I'm not going to do it again. Okay. Happiest memory for Goth Chick.
What is your happiest memory?
When I was in the 4th grade, our teacher had a seizure in front of the whole class and died. We got to go home early. It was a double win.
All right. How about the trolley problem for Beverly Hills?
You're the conductor on a runaway
Oh,
trolley.
do I have to listen to the
There are 5
explanation
people
every
ahead
time,
of
though?
you
Come
on the tracks
on.
who do not have time to get off the tracks. If you continue forward, you will run over all 5 and they will die. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only 1 person on it. If you choose to change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live.
I have
But the
Nano
1
Dragon.
person on the alternate track will be run over
I did
and
the
die.
Neil.Fun trolley problem.
Do
Yeah, I did.
you
For a little bit.
change tracks?
Not on stream, but just for fun.
I don't know anything about trolleys, but if I had a job driving one, I'm sure that they would teach me how to handle that situation in trolley school.
Honestly, not a bad answer. I like that. That's lateral thinking. I dig it. You know what? Hey, boring guy. Bore us more with what you do for a living.
What do you do for a living?
Unless it's surprising.
I'm going to ask that you reserve judgment.
Tell me he's an adult film star.
When I tell you that I am an auditor for the IRS. Now, I
And
know
the
a lot of
crowd
people
goes
think that
mild.
we are inherently evil, that we are monsters coming to take your money. No. Okay? We are not evil. We're not going around trying to harass people. We don't want to screw over the little guy. And here's the thing. If you make an honest mistake on your taxes, we will send you a notice about it and ask you to settle the difference. Or if we find that you didn't include a form, a W-2 or something, send it to us. We're good. Now, if you are some rich person who's intentionally trying to game the system for your personal gain, then that might be an issue. Those are the people that get audited. The big muckety mucks who are who are just greedy. Then we will come after you.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Oh, wait, hold on. All right. Have you ever, let's see, typical day in your life. Let's do it.
Describe a typical day in your life.
I live in my van now by choice. When I wake up, I usually drive to the gym so I can work out and get a shower. After breakfast, I usually work one of those food delivery apps for about an hour. I can't stand a normal job, but I can handle those apps in small doses. Once I'm done, I relax for the rest of the day. I go to the beach a lot. Every day feels like a day off because I don't have a regular day job or a boss to deal with. It's pretty great, to be honest.
Do you have a job, sir? I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off attitude, and I don't like you. Jerk-off. Oh, God, what's the dumbest thing you ever did?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Oh, well, that was sleeping in a dumpster. I mean, it seems like a good idea, right? You know, there's a lid on them, keeps you dry when it's wet. Unfortunately, I fell asleep and the garbage truck came by and I woke up to find myself being tumbled into the garbage truck and being compacted in beside everything else. It took me 3 days to free myself.
I think someone in my hometown died that way. Okay. Oh, trolley problem. We didn't ask her yet. Let's ask Goth Chick about the trolley problem.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are 5 people on the tracks ahead of you.
How can
who
I
cannot
kill them
get off the
all?
tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only one person on it. If you decide to change tracks,
Wait, I got it.
all 5
I would
people on
jump off the
original
trolley,
track will
let
live,
the
but
trolley hit the
person on
5 people,
alternate track will
jump
be run
off,
over
roll, and then
and
kill
die.
the other person
Do
on
you
the other
change
track
tracks?
with my own hands.
So if I stay on the first track, I get to kill 5 people without the possibility of getting in any trouble whatsoever. But if I change tracks, I only get to kill 1, and there's a possibility that I go to prison. Why would I possibly change tracks? Is this a trick question? Is there a way to kill all 6?
Not
If there is,
surprising.
I don't see it.
Not surprising. We
Stay on
knew.
the first track and settle for 5.
Good God. The funny thing is, I hung out with goth kids, drama dorks, like in high school and stuff, and they talk a big game, but they are fucking pussies. I counted myself among them, but yes, goth people, they'll like, oh, death and blah, blah, blah. Like, when it comes down to it, they're soft as fuck. Okay. Oh, let's ask the rich girl. If you found a wallet, would you return it?
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I always return wallets when I find them. Every time. It's the right thing to do.
Bitch finds a lot of wallets, I guess. Oh. Oh my God. All right. Let's trolley problem this guy. He's the last one to do it, so let's just get it out of the way.
There are 5 people on the tracks ahead
Oh, we
of
didn't
you
trolley problem
who
Rowena, did
cannot
we?
get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only one person on it. If you change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the person on the alternate track will be run over and die.
Oh, we did Rowena? Okay.
You change tracks.
This is just basic logic. The needs of the many
Oh,
outweigh the
fucking.
needs of the few
Oh, he's
or the
spocking
one.
it, dude.
So
Spock
I would
it up,
change
son.
tracks to
Oh, yeah. Rowena
kill
said,
one
like,
instead of
you could
5.
survive it. Right. Yeah. That's right. Okay. Fuck. Let's see. What's the worst way you've ever betrayed a friend?
What's the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
I gave a lot of my friends chlamydia. In fairness, some of them probably had it already. We're all very open about our sexuality. That's just the type of people I vibe with.
So you mean you knew you had chlamydia and fucked him anyway? I mean, that's what that says to me. And that is a pretty good betrayal, I have to say. What is your proudest accomplishment, sad lady?
What is your proudest accomplishment?
Don't say your daughter.
I was
Oh,
a
God.
world record holder.
Oh, God, yes.
I was the last known person to contract smallpox for a week. Somebody else did get it after me. I don't know their name. And I don't really remember the week because I did have a terrible fever and
Mwah! Perfect.
really itchy rash. But they say everyone gets their 15 minutes of fame, and that was mine.
Nice. Did you watch The Flash, Headsy? Funny you mentioned that, Scott. Yes, I did. I watched it last night while Katie fell asleep, and I was like, I'm still awake, so I watched The Flash. And God, it's hard to do timey-wimey shit correctly. It's really difficult to do timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly storylines. Like, it's hard to do them, not correctly, it's hard to do them well. And this one almost got it. It was almost there, but it didn't quite make it. In my opinion. And also, fucking, what is wrong with DC's CGI shit? Like, it seems like Marvel figured it out, and DC is like still working with shit from 10 years ago. It looks horrid. It is fucking awful. I don't understand how they can make it so bad and say that's good, say it's fine. You know, like every DC movie that has had CGI in it is bad. It is really, really bad. Like most other movies, like are passable, like have passable CGI. It's like noticeably bad in DC movies. And I'm not just talking about Flash. I'm talking about like the DC cinematic universe. Almost all of their CGI they've done is just laughable. What do we want from her? Let's do dumbest thing you ever did.
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
This rich couple used to pay me to sit for their dog.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
And
Lord
one
have
day
mercy.
he died on my watch. So I buried him in the backyard, replaced him with a look-alike from the local pet shop. The couple comes home. The new dog won't stop barking, yapping, nipping. I said he was acting normal during my watch. I got paid and I left. Anyway, he ends up biting one of them. So they put him outside, where he digs up the original, who turns out wasn't as dead as I thought. So they decided they needed to call me, text me, dozens, more than dozens
Good
of times,
God.
asking me why I would bury their dog alive and try and replace him with an evil clone. I figured there was no way explaining my way out of that one, so I didn't reply.
Good job. Okay, we're just gonna do a lightning round now. We're just gonna just start with the top and just ask everybody the same question. What would you do with the money, Beverly Hills?
What would you do with the money?
Oh, I have a financial advisor that handles my money for me. My parents use them. They're really good.
Okay. How about you, nerd?
What would you do with the money?
Well, I've been working on a film for several years.
Oh
It's
my
kind of like
God.
my main baby when it comes to screenwriting, but I haven't had the capital to produce
Does it take place in
It's a
space?
superhero film.
Oh, it's a
But
superhero. Oh, that was my
get
second
this.
guess.
In most superhero movies, someone gets powers. They either become the good guy or the bad guy. What if they just still remain a guy and they don't use the powers? Maybe they're like, they try them out, but then they're like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to my regular life. And it's a superhero film that turns into just a slice of life normal guy film because he doesn't use them. And then at the end, when you think he's like, oh, he's about to save the day, the powers get reversed and he loses them.
Very nice. All right, what would you do with the money, hippie chick?
What would you do with the money?
Pharmaceutical companies test drugs on puppies and other small animals all the time, then just abandon them when they're done. Someone needs to do something about it. If I win, I plan on using the money to open a rehab center so I can help those poor puppies recover and live normal lives.
A puppy rehab center. Good Lord. Oh, we already asked her what she would do with the money. What's your most embarrassing memory? Oh, God,
What is your
please.
most embarrassing
This should be
memory?
great. I love her answers.
Oh gosh, there's been quite a few things in my life that are embarrassing, but you know those people on trains that go around checking everyone's tickets that they've got the right tickets? Well, it was my high school reunion and I pretended that I was one of those people, that was my job, so that everyone would think I was really successful. But then it turned out in the group there was somebody who was a real ticket checker and they told everyone that I was, and they didn't, like, I didn't have that job. They knew I didn't, like, they never saw me at work. It was so embarrassing.
Just say you invented Post-it notes. No one will check that out. All right, goth chick, what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
I'd start my own cult, dedicated to summoning Cthulhu and bringing about the end of days.
Well, short and sweet, though. Short and sweet. I like it. All right. What's your most embarrassing memory, Beverly Hills?
What is your most embarrassing memory?
I was at a party once, and Lady Gaga showed up in the same outfit as me. How am I supposed to compete with Gaga? That was so humiliating.
Okay. Did you show up with like in a dress made of like candle wax with like sparklers coming out the fucking butthole? How could you not know that Gaga was gonna come to the party with that? All right.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
Oh, yeah. I got an embarrassing memory. My most embarrassing memory was, okay,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
was maybe like 4 or 5 years old, and we were at a neighbor's house, the Harrises. They were the only house on the block that had a pool. So we'd go over there for summer afternoons, pool parties. So I was in the pool this one time with my dad, and I told him I had to pee. And he told me, just go in the pool. That's what everyone does. So again, I was really young. This was like probably right before kindergarten. And I peed in the pool and it was fine. So that became a normal thing. I would go, if I was in the pool, I would pee in the pool. Well, one summer, again, I was very young, maybe kindergarten. There was a big pool party. It was a birthday. Everyone was there from my class, the neighbors.
The pool had the wee sea, where it turns a different color, I bet.
I wasn't in the pool. I was standing right outside the pool, and I figured, if I have to go, just go in the pool.
Oh, you stood on the edge of the pool and pissed in it.
I stood there and peed into the pool. I quickly learned that that was wrong. Everyone was horrified. They cleared out the pool. Party was almost over. It was like I ruined the birthday. And that stigma stuck with me, let's see, if that was kindergarten, almost until high school. Yeah, I was the pool peer. Not my proudest moment.
They called me PD Pool Peer. All right, what's your most embarrassing memory, hippie chick?
What is your most embarrassing memory?
I love the way he says that. Scythe gifting a sub to Varchengelo.
I came across a small group of people protesting outside a chemical plant, and I got excited, and I called all of my friends, and we all joined in to show our support. Chemical plants are always terrible for the environment, so we were more than happy to be a part of the protest. But as it turned out, it wasn't a protest at all. It was a picket line. The plant was temporarily shut down while all the workers were on strike, and all of us extra people showing up helped convince management to give in to their demands and end the strike. We were trying to get the place shut down, but instead we got them to reopen it earlier than they otherwise would have. So, yeah.
Good job, dipshit. These are the kind of, she's the kind of people who signed the Penn and Teller bullshit. Like on the episode where they were getting people to sign what do they call it? It's a get enough signatures on it. I'm missing the word. A petition. There you go, petition. They got them to sign a petition against dihydrogen monoxide, which is the chemical name for water. Like dihydrogen monoxide, you have too much of it, it makes you urinate constantly. It makes you sweat. It like all the things that water actually does. And she's the kind of person who would have signed that and be like, oh yeah, fuck that shit. JT Yankees, thank you for 113 months. Yeah, too much of it will kill you. Oh, damn. Thank you, Long Con. Thank you very much for the 20 gifted subs. We are getting closer and closer. How close are we? Wow, only 230 left to go. Only 230 left to go to get to that goal of today. Thank you, Long Con, for giving out subs to Mefs, Kako Monster, Balut Ninja, Dr. Will Tackle, Rude Jin, Jesus, Dr. Chillax, Mark Steele, Story of Aurelius, the Frane, or the Frine, Gemini Twin, Neon Surge, The Great Cheese, Tony Tone, Hoy Mike, Shozra, OG Raziel, Mons 2118, Fresh Beppis, Frost Bube, and Kibosh.
Hail, Berserkers!
Thank you very much. Okay. Wait. Yes, we're on her. What's your biggest regret, Rowena?
What's your biggest regret?
Well, that's easy. That would be the fishing trip I took my daughter Mallory on 20 years ago. Well, obviously I couldn't afford a boat. So we borrowed two floating wheelchairs and off we went out into the ocean.
Into the ocean?
Beautiful day. Unfortunately, I got caught in an undercurrent and I was swept off to a desert island. So she made it back to shore. Took me so long to get off the desert island that by the time I got home, she'd moved on, and
I've not been able to find her since.
Fucking hell. All right, most embarrassing memory.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
When I was 6 years old, my parents forced me to attend the birthday party of the girl who lived next door.
Oh my God.
They fed me copious amounts of
Sugar?
candies, cakes, ice cream. I got caught up in such a sugar rush, I actually participated in their
Dude.
games.
This fucking bitch, like, makes Lydia Dietz look like
The worst
strawberry
part
shortcake.
was, afterwards, many of these peasants actually thought we were friends.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by OneSock.com. Does it always seem like you have an odd number of socks for some reason?
That's a great website.
OneSock.com lets you buy one individual sock so you can finally even things out.
Perfect.
That's OneSock.com. Use offer code TRUTH, and they'll include a second sock absolutely free.
Wait a minute, I don't need
Now
the
it's
second one.
time
That
for
just
the
gives me
audience
one
to
extra
vote.
again.
Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
All right, here you go. Oh. Oh, I can't put bitch. Okay, hold on. I'll just put hippie then. Fuck it. I don't want to belay this too long. All right, you got a minute to vote. You got a minute to vote. Who goes home? It's in the chat right now. You got your choice between Beverly Hills, nerd, hippie, Rowena, and goth chick. Who's going home? Yo, Cocky with 4 years. What the fuck have I been doing for 4 years? You've been supporting a friend or a parasocial relationship that you probably might think is your friend. And, you know, it might be a little unhealthy, but it's not that bad. Thank you. The poll is in the chat, dude. It's at the top of the chat. Moggy0, thank you for 34 months. Might actually be on the screen, too. All right, getting close. Down to the wire. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're getting rid of, it looks like, yes, it could
fucking years.
possibly
What the fuck have I
be
been doing for 4 years?
Beverly Hills Alexis is going home. Goodbye, Alexis. Boop.
The votes are in. The audience
One
has
sock
voted
for
to
all
send
your
home
loads, Steve Flirt.
Alexis.
One sock for all your loads.
That's okay. This was fun.
Yeah.
And isn't that the point of a game show?
She didn't need it anyways, right? All right.
Let's begin round 3.
Okay, we're going to do this real quick. Here we go. What's your biggest regret?
What is your biggest regret?
My biggest regret. Okay. Years ago, I used to work at a video store.
Oh, fuck. Why did you keep this
back
guy?
In the day and age where they actually had video stores.
Good
where
Lord.
You didn't have everything at your fingertips streaming. And I worked with this girl named Rebecca, and we got along so good. We were jokey, we had banter, but
it's just
the
bants,
thing
bro.
I was oblivious to at the time was that she was flirting with me. Like,
no, dude, she wasn't.
She was into me.
No, dude, she wasn't.
And the
was she a cardboard
crazy
cutout?
thing is, I had a crush on her, but I was in the dark to her feelings about me. But now, years later, I can think back. I'm like, oh yeah, she was totally flirting with me. She, like, how did I miss that? Nothing happened. And That is a major regret. I might take that one to my grave.
I'm happy I'm back too, Rocket Pants. All right, dumbest thing you ever did, hippie bitch.
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
We heard they were going to cut down a huge area of forest, so about 20 of us went out there the night before to protest. We chained ourselves to trees so they'd have to delay their logging until they could get rid of us.
And they cut through 4 of my friends.
Only we were in the wrong place. They were logging about a half a mile away, so no one knew we were there for almost a week. By the time someone found us, we were out of food and water, and we thought we were going to die. The guy who found us went to ask the loggers for help, and they had to cut down the trees we were chained to in order to free us. All we accomplished was getting an extra 20 trees cut down and almost dying in the process.
Love it. I love it. I love fucking like hard-nosed activist type people that don't do their fucking research. It is great. All right, what's your most embarrassing guilty pleasure, Rowena? Is it just eating food like a meal? Like having food? Is that your guilty pleasure?
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
I love window shopping at those really fancy stores that only rich people shop at. Like Walmart, I go and I look and I think, oh, if I was wealthy, I could have that and that and that.
And then I try it on and pee and poop in it.
So
and then
glamorous.
put it
I
back.
could really afford to buy things there, but, you know, who can?
What? Oh, did she say like Walmart? I missed it because that was such a dumb joke. All right, what's your biggest regret?
What is your biggest regret?
That's easy. There are many people I've encountered in my life who I didn't kill, even though they clearly deserved it. And now it's too late.
They're
I
dead?
wouldn't even know where to find them.
Oh. Okay. What's the dumbest thing you ever did? Oh, did you like rattle off the pi to the 28th or 280th decimal and fucked up a number?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Dumbest thing I ever did. How do I choose just one? Okay. I was camping outside a store waiting to buy a game console. So it was going to be released, and I wanted to get there early. I wanted to make sure that I got one. And I set up a tent. I was going to sleep outside the store. I was there for 28 hours in my tent the night before the store opened when they were going to sell the console.
You were at the wrong
It was
store.
go time. I went to sleep in my tent, had my phone with me. I didn't have any way to charge my phone.
Nailed it. Who said that?
And my
Mars
alarm
Raptor.
didn't go off in the morning because my phone ran out of juice.
Nailed it, Mars Raptor.
I
Good
woke
job.
up 3 hours after the store opened, and I did not get the console. I slept in a tent on a sidewalk. Got back problems from it. For what ended up being no reason whatsoever.
And then I was late for my mom making me dinner. She was making steakums. I love steakums. And I love the way my mom makes them.
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
Walking naked through the woods. I'm much more comfortable around trees and flowers than I am around people.
That doesn't sound like a guilty pleasure at all. It sounds like something you fucking tell everybody. Oh my God, she walks naked? Ah. Just for their fucking reaction. Good Lord. What's the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
What is the worst way you've betrayed
Her
a
answers
friend?
are the best. I got to give her that.
Well, that would be my friend Emily from high school. We were paired together for a science project, and she looked after this egg that we were given for the first week, and I was to look after it for the second week. And I did it great. The egg was perfect, and I was carrying it into school on the last day of the project to give to Emily to hand to the teacher. I got chased by a coyote, and of course I dropped the egg, and the coyote ate the egg, and I just thought, I can't let Emily down. Like, I don't want to betray my friends and disappoint her. And I remembered that I had seen a bird's nest on the way to school a few days before, so I went back. And sure enough, there's an egg in the bird's nest. It was maybe like a slightly bluer shade of grey than the egg would be given, but I thought, nobody's going to notice.
You replaced the chicken egg with like a
Took it
robin
to
egg?
school,
Good job.
handed it to Emily. She was just about to give it to the teacher, and a red-tailed hawk flew in the window and violently attacked Emily for touching her baby's egg. And so not only did we not get an A, Emily was in intensive care for 3 weeks. And
I lost an eye.
things were never the same.
Oh, okay. That's great. All right, what's the worst way you betrayed a friend?
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Killed her. Next question.
I don't have friends,
You don't
but I
say.
have betrayed people. When I was in high school, there was a girl in my class who told me she wanted to kill herself. And I could have helped her, but I didn't. And in hindsight, I do wish I had. I ran into her recently. She's married to a loser, has 2 ugly children, and works part-time as a waitress. If I had helped her commit suicide back then, she wouldn't be suffering like that. I offered to kill her now, but apparently it's too late.
Oh my God.
She doesn't want to die anymore.
Good answer. Good answer. I love it. All right, what's your most embarrassing guilty pleasure, pie guy?
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
Yeah, my most embarrassing guilty pleasure. I like to go back and rewatch the cartoons from my childhood. I don't do it all the time, but when I think of one and I haven't seen it in a while, I'll look it up, I'll see where it's streaming or where I can find it, and then I will watch the crap out of it from front to back and relive my childhood a little bit. Maybe take out some of my old action figures. Yeah, that is an embarrassing guilty pleasure.
You'd be a YouTube millionaire, yeah. If you did that right now, fuck, man. All right, what's your favorite holiday? Okay, so these are all characters, and they've given us a lot of obvious answers. So what would a hippie chick's favorite holiday be? Would it be Arbor Day, you think? Or to be like something like Earth Day? Okay, maybe Earth Day. Yeah, all right.
What is your favorite holiday?
Arbor Day.
Oh,
I like
shit!
that there's a holiday that's for trees and not humans. I always try to spend that day hanging out in the woods, away from people.
Nailed it! All right, what's your favorite I'm anticipating this one. What's your favorite holiday? And I'm gonna say it's not an actual holiday. It's like when they give out the leftover chicken at KFC at the end of the week. Something like that.
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, well, that's easy. It's Thanksgiving. When you're homeless like I am, it's really hard to find places to sleep. But on Thanksgiving, I can sleep in front of any storefront, entrance, window. and everyone just thinks I'm queuing for the Black Friday sales, and I get left alone. It's pure bliss and just warms my heart every Thanksgiving.
Nice. Okay. What's your favorite holiday? It's either going to be Halloween or she doesn't believe anything is holy.
And what is your favorite holiday?
I think it's a tie between Memorial Day. There's more murders in the U.S. on Memorial Day than any other day of the year.
I think that's true.
And All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows
boundaries
Eve,
between the land of the
bitches,
living
not
and the land of the
Halloween.
dead are the
Devil's
best.
Night. Yep. What's the worst you've ever betrayed a friend, nerd?
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Oh, I try not to betray friends, but
I try not to have friends.
okay. I spoiled Avengers Infinity War for several of my friends and coworkers. So, opening night, I saw it twice. I got my tickets in advance for 2 showings right in a row, back to back. I was at the theater for like 6 hours just downloading Infinity War, and it was awesome.
You shouldn't wish anybody
But I'm like,
ill if
okay,
they're not
Friday,
terrible
maybe
people, right?
People haven't seen
But I
it
do
yet.
sometimes fantasize about
over the
Co's
weekend.
downfall.
I did
I
that
saw it
too
2
with
more
Tim
times.
Kaine.
I go into work Monday. I assume that everyone has seen it. It's a phenomenon. It's like the movie grossed like $2 billion. I don't know how much everyone saw it. I assume they all saw it opening weekend. And I started going on about the people we lost, the Avengers we lost, the snap. I really spoiled that movie for a lot of people. I had a lot of apologizing to do that day. And if you're watching, let me just say once again, I am so sorry. I promise you, I am now keeping it spoiler free.
That's actually a big admit for someone like that. All right, have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated?
No, she
on
hasn't,
anyone?
because she doesn't believe in monogamy.
Yes and no. Not really. I don't believe in monogamy.
Fucking
I
boom!
would never have a one-on-one relationship. I do mess around with multiple partners, but they all know that we're in an open relationship, so it's not cheating. They're all allowed to have multiple partners too, and most of them do. Even saying that they're allowed to have multiple partners sounds wrong to me. I just don't understand monogamy. How can you tell another person they aren't allowed to do things that make them happy? That just seems so controlling to me.
Yeah, but she's the kind of
I
girl.
could never do that to someone, or let someone do that to me.
She's the kind of girl who strikes me that she says something like that, but if you go fuck someone like the next day, she'd be fucking pissed about it. But she wouldn't say why because of her beliefs. Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Certainly not. I have been ever faithful to my
Zeke
one
funny.
true love, my husband, who I've not seen since the fishing trip. He's my one and only.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love her story. Her story's great. Fatal the Baptist, thank you for 74 months. Vile Dream with 300 bits. Thank you. Moggy's here with 34. All right. Have you ever cheated on anyone? Okay, let me see. Have you ever cheated on anyone? No.
I clicked a button.
You clicked the button. Thank you, Dr. Akek. No, she hasn't cheated on anyone because you can't cheat on people who are dead. That's what I'm calling.
Have you cheated on anyone?
Of course I have.
Oh, shit.
I don't answer to men. If I choose to hook up with a guy, he should be eternally grateful. I certainly don't have any obligations to him afterwards.
I didn't mind that answer. A little bit egotistical, but I think her pussy's in the right place. Oh, what's the nerd's favorite holiday? I'm gonna say it's Spock's birthday, or some nerd like Stephen Hawking's birthday, or something like that. Or holiday. Yep, it's gonna be March 14th. March 14th. Yep, May the 4th or March 14th. Yep.
What is your favorite holiday?
Yeah, my favorite holiday is definitely Pi Day.
314.
March 14th.
Yep.
3/14, aka 3.14, as in pi. And I love it. It's not an official holiday yet, anyway, but every Pi Day, I go to a competition where, first off, there are many varieties of pie, blueberry, apple, we indulge. And then there's the competition part of it where they see who can name the most numbers after the decimal point from memory. And I won it once. I named 1,826 numbers from memory, but that's not the world record. And I don't know if I'll ever get close to that. The world record is 70,000 from memory. Happy Pi Day.
If you didn't know, there's a cool thing with pi. Okay, here. If you hadn't seen this yet, I'm just gonna show you. So that's pi, right? Oh, fuck, I had to write it on a green piece of paper? Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck it, you'll get it. 3.14. And then in a mirror, it spells pie. P-I-E. In case you hadn't seen that before. All right, next. Okay, so we're done with him. What's your most unusual talent, hippie chick?
What is your most unusual talent?
I know how to survive in the wilderness. I can tell what's edible.
Zeke,
Unless you're chained to a tree, you dumb idiot.
I can clean water so it's safe to drink. Just survival skills in general. I don't like being dependent on money or on society, so I learned how to get by on my own.
Guys, the third thing for 40 months. Geiger Fox, thank you for the 19. Appreciate that. All right. Typical day.
Describe a typical day in your life.
Come on.
A typical day in my life
Let's go.
is searching for my missing daughter, Mallory. And, really it is one of the big benefits to being homeless and unemployed is that I have no ties. I've nothing holding me back and stopping me from hitchhiking out there, getting on the road, heading to the last town that I've heard that she was in. When I get to the town, usually I find out that she's just left there suddenly. So I'll search for a soup kitchen or a dumpster, get something nice to eat, and then maybe a place to shelter until I hit the road again the next morning trying to find Mallory.
Describe a typical day in your life.
I wake up. I eat breakfast. I feed my familiars. I go to work. When I get home, I like to relax and work on my bug collection.
That's the end of this round.
Wait a minute.
We'll soon find out who will be going home after this.
Am I
message
married
from
to
our
that chick?
Today's episode is brought to you by placebos. Are you a hypochondriac? Ask your doctor if placebos are right for you. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
All right, here you go. 1 minute to vote in the chat. Who goes home? Nerd, hippie, Rowena, or goth? Fuck that spoiler guy. That really didn't sit well with you, huh? Oh, it's close though. It's close. Wow. It's really close. I'm just happy that everybody loves Rowena because her answers are by far the fucking funniest, like consistently. I agree with that much. Oh man, it's really close. Really close. Man, tied up. It's going back and forth, going back and forth. Ooh, it's really close. Holy fuck. Is it going to be, oh my God, it's going to be like one vote? Looks like it might be one vote. Get the fuck out of here. Wow. Wow. Actual tie. All right. I will be the tiebreaker then. I am the tiebreaker in Congress. And I say see you later, nerd.
The votes are in. The audience.
You're too
has voted
long-winded,
to
nerd.
Send home Sam.
You know, coming in, I knew I had a 1 in 6 chance. Not a bad chance, but not perfect. So I'm not surprised I have to go home.
Let's start round 4. What's your most unusual pet peeve?
I'm in too deep to stop now, guys. I really want to stop, but I'm in too deep.
Crazy when people throw away plastic bottles with the cap screwed on. I understand that people are busy and can't always do much to help the environment, but all they have to do in this case is not screw the cap back on. If they put the cap on, then there's air trapped in the bottle and it won't flatten out in the landfill.
Oh.
Just leave the cap off and the bottle will get crushed and will take up way less space. It literally takes less than no effort.
Or you could do what I do. Crush the bottle, then put the cap on so the air stays out of it. I am not kidding. That's exactly what I do every time I have a plastic bottle or anything like that. I crush the bottle, screw the cap on, throw it in the garbage. Also saves room in your garbage so you don't have to take it out as often. So it's a way to be lazy and friendly. Environmentally, I suppose.
What is your most unusual pet peeve?
Unusual pet peeve. Well, I tell you, there's a phrase that people overuse all the time, and it really does my head in because people say lightning never strikes twice. Well, I can tell you it does. It struck me 4 times, so that phrase is total nonsense. It's a bum steer.
Just getting struck by lightning 4 times.
What's your proudest accomplishment?
I once had these neighbors who liked to hang outside on their porch all day, blaring terrible music. I thought I could take a bat to their stereo myself and end it.
Like the animal?
But they, of course, had cameras. So I took a picture of their stereo and posted it to Craigslist under the free stuff category. Got somebody else just to take the whole stereo away.
That's actually fucking
As
great.
a bonus, they also took all of their patio furniture.
That is fucking
They never
boss.
hung around outside after that.
That is a boss move. I love that, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Am I gonna watch Supernatural now? Fatal the Baptist. If I had a guilty pleasure as far as like a piece of media, I guess Supernatural would be one of it because like I've watched Supernatural like all the way through like 3 times. And I know it's bad. I mean, I know the acting is bad and all that shit, but it's not bad. It's just, cable. It's cable TV acting. They have to churn out a bunch of episodes. So it's just, it's just a fun show and I really enjoy it. And the funny thing is right now I'm watching what Katie described as the Supernatural for girls, Vampire Diaries. We have started Vampire Diaries and I'm 7 episodes in and I'm glad I stuck with it a little bit because the first 3 episodes are just fucking terrible and boring. But then, you know, it's starting to get a little bit better. So I'm gonna give it a fair shake. All right. What's your happiest memory?
What's your happiest memory?
That's easy. First time I went to Burning Man. It wasn't that I loved Burning Man. Back then, I worked myself to death at my office job. I only averaged maybe 50 hours per week, but the stress, it stayed with me all the time. So it felt like 100.
Fucking bitch, you better not.
Burning Man was the very first vacation I ever took.
Oh, you better not say anything
Once I got
bad.
to feel what it was like to be free from work for multiple days straight.
I'll kill you.
It changed my life. I stopped working a corporate job, stopped obsessing over money, and now I'm finally happy.
If that was the first answer that I heard from her, like, I might have fallen in love. But since seeing as how it wasn't, I still hate that bitch. But that was a good answer. If you found a wallet, would you return it?
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
Absolutely, I would return a wallet. I mean, if I was ever lucky enough to own something as precious as a wallet, I would really hope that someone would return mine to me if I ever lost it.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I found a wallet once. I looked up the owner on social media. It turned out to be some racist, sexist loser who was inexplicably married. I kept the cash, and I went to return the wallet to his home when I knew he would be at work. I told his wife that he left it behind during a one-night stand.
Man, her answers are getting better. Like, I guess I wasn't asking the right questions. Because her answers have gotten better and better. I love it.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I organized a demonstration to save a park, and it worked. They were going to level the place and build a distribution center. We had people protesting at the site for 3 weeks straight and got over 1,000 names on the petition. They ended up building the distribution center on the site of a nearby abandoned mall instead, so we didn't lose any jobs or anything. It was a complete win.
What were you like as a child?
I was a hoop trundler.
Fucking what?
You know, when you get the wooden hoop and you run it down the street with your wooden stick. Oh, I was getting so good at it. I could go really fast and
What are
really
you, a
far.
fucking Norman Rockwell
I
painting?
had to stop because I got rickets.
I'm gonna fucking pass out. Just out of the fucking nowhere. She had to stop because she got rickets. I got rickets, so I had to stop.
What were you like as a child?
I had a big bullying problem when I was in school. I would speak to guidance counselors, the principal about it,
Wait, you were the bully?
but every time we thought it was under control, something would happen. Like one day, a group of children decided to hold a spelling bee at lunch for fun. What was I supposed to do? Not beat any of them up.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I would return it, but I wouldn't be doing the owner a favor by doing so. People are obsessed with money and credit cards. They think money will buy them the freedom to enjoy life. Really, the quest to acquire wealth just makes you a slave to your employer. Still, it's their wallet, so of course I'd return it.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I sold furniture for a while. Then I ran out of furniture. Then I sold shoes for a while.
They ran out of shoes. Oh my god.
Ran into a similar problem. Now I'm unemployed.
These are great answers.
What do you do for a living?
I have a small stand in Hollywood where I read people's fortunes from tarot cards.
You fucking live in Hollywood?
Now, tarot cards don't actually predict the future, but most people don't know that. Most fortune tellers will also keep their predictions vague so they can't get caught when they're lying. I don't do that. I tell all of my customers that they're going to die in a horrific car crash about 2 years out from the day they come see me. I love seeing their reactions. Plus, the really stupid ones pay for longer sessions so they can ask me a bunch of follow-up questions.
What were you like as a child?
I was a straight A student. I had perfect attendance and all that. It wasn't until I became an adult that I realized how conforming to society's standards was actually a bad thing. If I could go back and do it again,
You're
I'd
right.
focus
Why
more
is
on
she
enjoying my
here?
childhood.
If money is the root of all evil, what the fuck is she even doing here? She said she would, like, make a puppy rescue something. So obviously money is important to her. Fucking hypocrite.
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing,
Oh, God.
who would it be?
Oh, God.
Is it okay to say myself? I'd pick myself. Because that one time that I was stranded on a deserted island before, it was just me and I got used to it.
That's right.
I mean, when I say
pirates.
deserted island, it was more like one of those floating garbage piles that gather together in the ocean that Greenpeace hate. Anyway, I'd still choose me.
Oh, my God.
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who would it be?
Don't say fucking, the Cthulhu guy.
Jeff Tucker.
Okay, never mind. Oh, someone from your high school
He's
you
an
want
old boss of mine.
Oh, okay.
I really hate him.
Good to see you.
If he were trapped on that island with me, I could torture him endlessly.
Yeah.
And he'd have no chance to escape. I could be entertained for years that way.
Yeah. Lovecraft. God, I couldn't think of the name Lovecraft. For fuck's sake.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home.
Spooky
after
oink,
this
thank you for the
message from
97
our
months.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter K. Now it's time for the audience to vote.
And that's it? Okay.
Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
All right, here you go. Who should go home? Hippie chick, Rowena, or goth girl? Do we even need a poll for that? Are we honestly just like, yeah. It's probably not going to be even close. I just kind of want to see how much of a landslide it is. A little bit. Ma'am, what's wrong with me? What the hell did I come into? This is just a weird game, and I'm in too deep to like stop now. If I would have known how long it was going to be, I would have done this way fucking faster to begin with. But now that we're here, we're down to 2. And of course, hippie chick going home.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Autumn.
It's probably for the best I didn't win. Lots of money rarely leads to happiness.
It's now time for our final round.
I honestly thought that this was going to be more interesting. Like, the answers were going to be less fucking lame. But the answers are fucking lame for the most part. The only one that has good answers is her. Why couldn't they made answers like she was giving to everybody, like caricature-wise? I think that would have been great. If you would have gave like the motorcycle douchebag, like heavy answers. You know, like something funny at least, for Christ's sake. Chaotic Gold Board, thank you for 71 months.
If you could have any job, what would it be?
Any job.
Any job in the whole world?
Any job.
I'd choose the head job.
Would choose to be a wealthy banker because they get paid a fortune and their hours don't seem bad at all. I mean, maybe when the line gets really long up to their till, that might get stressful managing that. But apart from that, I mean, what's the downside?
If you could have any job, what would it be?
Yeah, the lie detector premise. That would have been nice.
Supreme ruler of Earth. You said any job. Who wouldn't want to rule Earth? If anybody says anything else, they're lying, and their lie detector should go off. Totalitarianism can be a very effective
I
form
want
of
to
government.
fucking rule the world. Jesus
with
Christ.
the right ruler. Look at Vlad the Impaler. Sure, he has his critics. Some have said his methods were too harsh. But look at his empire and how smoothly it was run. Hardly any crime. I could do that. I could be the next Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, why do you think I called her Rowena in the poll?
What was your childhood dream?
Oh, I totally remember my childhood dream. It was magical. I mean, we didn't have any money to afford a TV set, but my neighbours did. And we could see it if you just, peered out the window a certain way, we could see across into their living room, and they would always watch game shows. And all I wanted was to be a winner on one of those game shows and just, oh my goodness, that was it for me.
To be a game show winner? Yeah, that's a good dream.
What was your childhood dream?
I've always wanted to be possessed by a demon.
Well, hey,
That's
funny
still
enough,
my dream.
just talk to Rowena. She can help you out with that.
Maybe one day I can make it happen.
What is your biggest fear?
Oof. My biggest fear is flying. And it's always been my biggest fear, even when I was a little girl.
You've never been on an airplane,
Petrified
though.
of flying. And so my parents got me an emotional support dog called Mr. Fluffers. And they told me that as long as I had Mr. Fluffers with me when I was flying, everything would be all right.
She jumped off a cliff with the dog.
Off I went on my first plane trip with Mr. Fluffers, and I knew everything was going to be all right. Even when the plane crashed into the mountains, I still knew everything was going to be all right because I had Mr. Fluffers.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was about 3 weeks that we had before the search and rescue team found me and other survivors. 3 weeks without food.
Yeah.
So I suppose, we wouldn't have been all right if Mr. Fluffers hadn't been there initially.
She's definitely the best at line delivery. There's no question there.
What is your biggest fear?
None.
Having to get one of those normal peasant jobs. One where there's a boss to report to and a clock to punch. I tried it when I was younger, and it still gives me nightmares. Not the fun kind.
I feel like her and the hippie chick give the same answers, just in a different tone of voice.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh, I would tell my younger self to stay away from drugs.
Smart.
I did far too many pharmaceutical studies. I was warned, don't do more than one at the same time, but the money was so good. I got greedy and I signed up for 18. Most of the horrific side effects have faded over time. However, I still get terrible hallucinations when I pee, and it hurts real bad to my left eye when I blink.
That's great. That's a good answer.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Kill yourself.
Don't ever join a witch coven. It'll seem like a good idea at the time. But the people calling themselves witches these days, they aren't practicing real witchcraft. They're such a disappointment.
Sure. Real witchcraft. I love it. Okay, here we go. Last questions.
If you
almost done, guys.
Any superpower, what would you choose?
I would choose the superpower to heal like Wolverine. That would just come in so handy for me. It would save so much time. I wouldn't have to go to hospital every single time I got attacked by a wild animal or caught some terrible disease or was in some accident.
Oh my God.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Necromancy.
Oh, okay.
Anyone can take a living person, turn them into a dead one.
Thank you. Quite the opposite,
Just
Carical,
take a
for
dead
the
one.
resubs. Appreciate you guys.
Turn them back into a living one. That would really be something. Just imagine if you really hated somebody, you could kill them.
Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Kill them again.
Kill them again.
Mm-hmm. And keep doing it.
Bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
Kill them again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd have to live with the anticipation, knowing that
Live with it?
eventually you're going to find them. They just don't know when. They don't know how. Plus, having your own legion of the undead would be pretty useful.
You're right about that. That would be pretty
That's
useful.
the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by Vegas Tales, the full-motion video game from the makers of Truth.
Hey!
A wealthy resort owner is dying and needs you to help decide who should inherit his estate. You'll be interviewing some over-the-top characters and helping choose who will become extremely wealthy. Be
Nice.
careful, as there may be more to some than meets the eye. Vegas Tales is available now on your
I tried
favorite
this.
gaming platform.
It is fucking boring. It's even
Now
more
it's
boring
time
than
for
this
the
game.
audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
Okay. Here you go. Last poll is up. Who goes home? Rowena or Goth Girl? Yeah, is it even going to be close? I don't think it's even going to be close. I think it's even going to be more of a landslide than the last vote. Yeah. Yeah, not even close. Avi, thank you for the 69 months. Nice. 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 Yeah, it's not even going to be close. So we're going to send... Oops. Send Lilith on home goodbye. Let's see what happens. unless there's a flood of 1,000 people coming in to vote right now, I think we're pretty much gonna go, yeah, not even, yeah. And, yep, goth. Goodbye, Lilith. You shouldn't
The
wish
votes are
anybody
in.
ill if they're
The
not terrible,
$1 million
terrible people, right?
prize
But I do sometimes
to Claire.
fantasize about Ko's downfall.
No way! I can't have won. I've never won anything in my life before. This is insane. Well, apart from that one time I won a free video rental at Blockbuster, but they went out of business the next day, so that doesn't really count. This is awesome. Thanks so much. Ah!
Surprise ending, something, please. Please. Claire planned on using the prize money to hire a private detective to help her find her missing daughter Mallory, but she didn't need one after all. Mallory happened to turn on her TV just in time to see the last few seconds of tonight's show. Seeing that her mother was still alive, she immediately tracked her down through the show. The two of them are now living together in Las Vegas. If Claire had not been the winner, Mallory would not have seen her on television. The two of them may never have been reunited. What a fucking disappointing game! Jesus Christ, man! There were some funny parts, but like, good lord, was it boring. It was too real. Most of the answers for the characters were too fucking real and believable. It wasn't funny. There was no like point to it. Oh God, I'm sad that I didn't stop earlier. But you know, once we were in, I'm glad we finished it, so I can just fucking forget about it from now on. But all right, whatever. We're done. We're done with it. Next game, Mystery Box Evolution. We're gonna play it. I'm gonna take a break. Get up, go to the bathroom, come on back.